top story for the hour. Ethiopia earns $366 million from horticulture sector. Ethio Telecom CEO Freo Tamaru says Ethiopia aims to boost economic growth and improve livelihood through digital technologies. Hello and welcome to EBC World, the voice of Pan-Africanism. It's me, Magdalena. I see you with the daily updates. Do stay with us. Ethiopian ambassador to China, Tefera Darabo, engaged in a productive discussion with Yu Zhuori, Vice President of the China-Africa Development Fund. They addressed various mutual cooperation opportunities and concerns shared by both countries. The ambassador emphasized the necessity of strengthening existing partnership and diversifying investments, particularly focusing on projects such as new international airport, and highlighted recent development from Ethio Telecom and Ethiopian Investment Holding Groups. He outlined the economic development trajectory of Ethiopia and invited CAD fund to explore investment opportunities within the nation. Yu Zhuori, on his part, expressed gratitude to the ambassador for facilitating the meeting, noting that it would enhance the bilateral relation between the two countries. While concluding the meeting, Ambassador Tefera assured that the government would extend all necessary support to the newly deployed staff of the China-Africa Development Fund. Ethiopia and the World Bank have signed a support and loan agreement amounting to $96.367 million to be used for improving the country's education sector. The agreement was signed by the Ministry of Finance of Ethiopia, Ahmed Shide, and the World Bank Director for East Africa, Mariam Salim, on behalf of their respective institutions. Out of the total $96.3 million, $50 million is obtained as a loan from the International Development Association IDA, while $46.3 million is secured as a grant from the Global Partnership for Education Fund. Information obtained from the Ministry of Finance indicated that the fund will be used to make pre-primary and primary education accessible. The National Intelligence and Security Service, NISS, has announced a key decision aimed at bolstering aviation security in Ethiopia. The Ethiopian National Aviation Security Committee convened to discuss a comprehensive study on pressing national, regional, and international aviation issues. Deputy Director General of NISS and Committee Chairman Sisai Tola assured that Ethiopia's aviation security aligns with international standards despite the complexities inherent in the sector. While progress has been made, Sisai emphasized the need for vigilance to ensure that external security threats do not undermine the competitiveness of Ethiopian Airlines. Participants at the forum highlighted the importance of collaboration among stakeholders to address vulnerabilities within the aviation industry. They also outlined a roadmap for ongoing assessment to adapt to global development, ensuring that Ethiopian Airlines remains a beacon of pride for the nation and continent. Ethiopia, the past 7 consecutive years have actively been pursuing digital transformation, aiming for economic growth, citizen engagement, and improved quality of life by harnessing technology with a focus on digital ID, payment, e-governance, e-commerce, and cybersecurity, as outlined in the Digital Ethiopia 2025 strategy. Speaking with EBC, Chief Executive Officer of Ethio Telecom, Freo Tamuru, reiterated that Ethio Telecom Digital Ethiopia Strategy 2025 launched in 2020. The strategy outlines the country's vision for leveraging digital technologies to drive economic growth and improve livelihood. Tigist Nessa will bring us up to speed.
Ethiopia, with total population exceeding 125 million, a large proportion of which are young people. This youthful demographic presents a tremendous opportunity with over 26 million Ethiopians enrolled in education. By harnessing the power of digital development, Ethiopia can equip this young generation with the skill necessary for future jobs, fostering innovation and driving inclusive economic growth across the nation. Speaking with EBC, CEO of Ethio Telecom, Freo Tamuru, has reiterated that Digital Ethiopia Strategy 2025, launched in 2020, the strategy outlines the country's vision for leveraging digital technologies to drive economic growth and improve livelihoods.
If you would ask me the benefits of realizing Digital Ethiopia, in general, it has numerous advantages for leveraging digital technologies to drive economic and other multifaceted growth, I would say. So this is why back in 2018, Ethio Telecom needed to start realizing this strategy right away. When we say growth, we mean inclusiveness, sustainable growth, to the extent improving livelihoods.
State Minister for Innovation and Technology, Dr. Yishurun Alemayehu, for his part, has highlighted that liberalizing Ethio Telecom has brought forth tremendous benefits. The State Minister has further stressed that policy reforms has been put in place to strengthen cybersecurity and data privacy.
Liberalizing of Ethio Telecom has benefited the general public, also created a room for customers to select from other operators. For strengthening cybersecurity and data privacy policy amendments have been put in place for a secure and equitable digital future.
Digital transformation is expected to help Ethiopia transition from traditional agricultural economy to a more diversified and technologically advanced one. Ethiopia has made significant strides in expanding telecom infrastructure with increased 3G and 4G coverage across the country.
Agriculture Minister Girma Amanté announced that 366 million USD has been earned from horticulture sector in the past 8 months. He also reiterated that the government of Ethiopia is carrying out numerous reforms to create conducive environment for investment in the horticulture industry. The Ethiopian Horticulture Producers Exporters Association opened a 3-day horticultural expo 2025 at Millennium Hall in Addis Ababa today. Shagai Mata reports.
The Ethiopian Horticulture Producer Exporters Association organized the 9th edition of a 3-day horticulture expo at Millennium Hall under the theme Horticulture for Sustainable Ethiopia. On a high-level opening session, government senior officials, local and international exhibitors, input suppliers, buyers, logistics service providers, ambassadors, policymakers, and other stakeholders are in attendance. In his keynote speech, Ethiopia's Agriculture Minister Girma Amanté pointed out that due to the government's effort over the last 8 months, it was possible to earn $366 million from the horticulture sector.
The government of Ethiopia is taking measures to improve the doing business climate in the country. Due attention is also given to the export products in the country, of which horticulture is one of them. Ethiopia has already started an organized endeavor to have a modern horticulture subsector. Currently, the subsector is among the top 3 forex earners in the country. In the last 8 months alone, we have earned $366 million from the horticulture subsector.
The minister also underscored that the industry requires collaboration among stakeholders to tap the immense potential, expressing government's commitment to create better enabling environment for investors.
Our government taken policy and sectorial reforms currently to create a better enabling environment for the private sector operators. The revision of the agriculture and rural development policy, the development of the national horticulture strategy, the endorsement of the seed and contractual farming proclamation, the liberalization of the forex regime, the opening up of the trading sphere for international players, the fiscal and monetary reforms, the establishment of the capital market, among others, are meant to create a better enabling environment for the horticulture sector operators and exporters, as well as for the economic activity players in the country.
Chairman of the Ethiopian Horticulture Producer Exporters Association, Naga Makwanant, for his part, indicated that this year's Hortiflora Expo 2025 showcases Ethiopia's remarkable growth in horticulture sector, which is a key pillar of the national economic growth of the country. He indicated that Ethiopia emerged as one of the world's leading horticulture producers, especially in floriculture, due to the association's strong advocacy for policy reforms.
As the driving force behind Ethiopian horticulture sector, Ethiopian Horticulture Producer Exporter Association has worked tirelessly to advocate for policy and regulation that creates a conducive business environment. Through continuous engagement with government bodies, investors, and development partners, EFIA has successfully developed and implemented industrial regulation and best practices to ensure quality, sustainability, and compliance with global standards.
Panel discussions to explore challenges and opportunities, foster dialogue and collaboration among stakeholders in the horticulture value chain are part of the 3-day Horticulture Expo 2025.
That's all we had for today's update, but before I go, let's have a recap of the top stories once again. Ethiopia earns 366 million USD from horticulture sector. And Ethio Telecom CEO Freo Tamaru says Ethiopia aims to boost economic growth and improve livelihood through digital technologies. Thank you for tuning in to EBC World. It was me, Magdalena Sigum, with the daily updates. Goodbye.